Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo has been favored most of the season to win back-to-back MVPs. LeBron has made his case for the award. The King said, quote, "As far as the MVP race, I showed what I'm capable of doing, not only individually, but from a team perspective, us being number one in the West." LeBron also said that he silenced a lot of critics who had questioned how he would perform if he ever left the East to the Western Conference. So, Shannon, your opinion, does he have a point considering East versus West?
He does. And for the longest time, it was the least. If I'm not mistaken, I know a guy that's sitting across from me. He dubbed it the Leastern Conference. Hey, don't cough. Don't cough. It was you. Oh, it's the Leastern. It's the Leastern Conference. And everybody even said it when LeBron was doing what he's doing. If Kobe was in the East, Kobe would have went to 8 straight. If Shaq was in the East at the time, Shaq would go to 8 straight. Everybody, if anybody that was decent, a great player that was in the Western Conference, at the time LeBron was doing what he was doing. Had they been in the East, they would have replicated. They would have done the exact same thing that LeBron's doing. Now, he would never be the number one seed in the Western Conference. Skip, if you don't mind me asking, who's the number one seed in the Western Conference? Now,
should be the Clippers.
I know who it should be. See, well, if you stop going to late night establishments, you might have could have been.
Maybe.
So, ain't no telling. That might be one of the reasons why you're not in first place to begin with.
Good point.
Skip, you and I both know Kawhi Leonard got more credit for winning 1 title in the East than LeBron got for winning 3 and going to 8 straight. Because he beat a banged-up Warriors team that had gone to 5 straight. The best player, you said the best player in the NBA, got hurt. Klay Thompson got hurt. Now, had LeBron won a title off Golden State, when KD is injured, plays like 2 minutes of a ball game, and Klay Thompson get injured. Skip back, it's an asterisk. That's an asterisk. That's an asterisk. Oh, no, we can't have that. Because we know at full strength the Warriors would have won. Every excuse that they do to diminish what LeBron has done, they hype Giannis up. Oh, look what he's doing. Huh? What he doing? When he going to come out the East? When? Because that's what you do, Skip Bayless. That's what you and a lot of others have done. You have minimized the work that LeBron done for years in the East. 8 straight finals. He won 3. Oh, but if he's in the West, he couldn't do that. He goes to the West. He's 26, 10, and 8. But look at Giannis. Oh, look at Giannis, the PR. He's the PR darling. It's the East, though, right? It's the Eastern Conference. So what changed? I mean, so when did it become the West? Does the Clippers play? Does the Rockets play? Does the Nuggets play in the East? No. So, Skip, you know absolutely LeBron should win this award. But they won't give it to him. Oh, look at Giannis. He's 29, 14, and 6. In the West or the East? Okay.
Okay. I want to hark back to the end of what was the regular season back in March, and I told you LeBron was on a remarkable, astonishing tear. And I told you I thought just on narrative he had edged ahead in MVP. I gave him that because he's having a phenomenal 35-year-old season. And to my point, I was a little surprised that once LeBron got to the bubble, he let his bubble beard go gray.
Yeah.
There's always method to all the madness. It's all premeditated. What is the message of the gray? I think he's trying to remind...
Old man doing this, y'all.
The old man is doing his thing, right? The old man is having the greatest 35-year-old season ever, and he wants everybody to be reminded, look how gray I am. I got a big old bushy bubble beard. and it's as gray as can be. It's like thick gray on both sides. I'm the old man who's having the best year, maybe my best year ever. Okay. I give you all of the above. But now let's look at the West. Is it still the best? Is it still the West? Or has the West become the least? Here we go. Here we go. Because is Golden State still Golden State? Wait, is Steph there? No, well, he's just now coming back, but he's been gone all year. No, Clay's still gone. Wait, Draymond, he's played a few games, but only a few. And what about the best player on the planet? Is he still a Golden State Warrior? No, he's still rehabbing his Achilles as now a Brooklyn Net. He's not there. They're gone. Guess who the worst team in the West is? Golden State is the worst team in basketball. Who'd have thunk it?
Skip, there's no surprise that Klay Thompson hadn't played all year, and Steph missed 30 games.
I'm trying to explain to you why the West is the least. How about the Clippers? Only 12 times all regular season have they had their full roster intact. When they did, they've won 11 out of 12 games. I will give you, the Lakers beat them in the third game between the two teams with the Clippers at full strength. But the problem is, it's full new strength. They have not had reps together. They needed reps, which is why this is tearing me apart, that they are tearing themselves apart inside the bubble. The Clippers are not the Clippers that they could be. They have not come close to realizing or maximizing their potential. It's now just on paper potential that looks like it's wasting away inside the bubble. How about my Spurs? I hate to admit this publicly, but they are ancient history. Is Timmy there? Well, he's on the bench, and he looks like he's the #1 assistant, but he can't play anymore. And there's no Manu, and there's no Tony, and obviously and unfortunately, there is no Kawhi Leonard. So what does that leave us? Utah? Utah's underachieved all year. Mike Conley won the horse contest, but he ain't winning anything on the court because he has been a big disappointment so far for the Utah Jazz as their key acquisition. Has Denver been Denver? I don't know why, but they look like just another team right now. Even though they're kind of hanging in the standings, they don't look as strong as they were last year. They have not gelled or clicked.
Okay.
Zion is barely getting his feet wet as an NBA baby, so I can't factor New Orleans into the mix yet. And how about Portland? They lose Nurkic, they lose Zach Collins. They have to go get Melo out of retirement, basically, because he's going to be a starter for them now. So my point is, show me the West is the best. Show me. I'm not sure it's better than the East right now.
Skip, if you don't mind me asking, other than Giannis, tell me the player in the East, other than Giannis, that's better than Paul George, better than Kawhi, better than Harden, better than Dame, better than AD, and better than LeBron. I need a player that's comparable in the Eastern Conference that's close to those guys.
Two of them are on one team, Embiid and Ben Simmons. And two of them are on another team and not playing. Obviously, the best player on the planet, Kevin Durant, and his running mate, Kyrie.
Well, I just saw ESPN do a stat as the top 5 players, and Embiid wasn't one of the top 5.
Well,
the Lakers had.
To me, you asked me, and I'm giving you my opinion.
The Lakers had 2, and the Clippers had 2 of the top 6. And then it was James Harden. So I'm trying to figure where they got from Giannis. And Giannis wasn't #1. Guess who was #1, Skip? Oh, go James.
And Boston has a couple of kids, and they're still kids to me, who are coming of age.
They're coming, but they ain't here yet.
Okay, they're not here. I agree.
Skip.
Jimmy Butler has come of age, and he is making Miami into a factor in the East.
Skip.
All of a sudden, I'm looking at the East, and it's kind of like 50-50 with the West.
Is Jimmy Butler better than AD? He better than Dame?
No.
He better than Bron, Harden,
I'm
Kawhi?
glad you brought up AD, because here's the point LeBron is missing. What happened last year with no AD in L.A.? Well, LeBron played, 55 games?
55 games.
And he went 28 and 27.
Right.
And guess what he left? What memories did he leave us? He left us the blooper reel. That was last year. His first time in the West, he missed the playoffs.
Was he hurt?
Wait, can we see the
we don't need to see
I got to
that.
see it. I got to remind everybody, this is how bad it was his first year in the West when Golden State... Wait, he just threw it off the backboard. What are you doing, LeBron? LeBron, get out and play defense. Kuzma pushed him to guard the three-point shooter. What are you doing, LeBron? You got to pick up the basketball. I know you're letting you don't want the clock to start, but you got to pick the ball up, LeBron. And he kicked it out of bounds. This was last year. This was in the West. He was looking like he was in the Eastern Conference. LeBron, you got your shot blocked for the game winner by Mario Hezonja, who's now a Portland Trailblazer. That's pathetic. I'm sorry. That's the legacy of his first year in L.A.
Okay, but Skip, this is a new year.
Okay, it's a new year. But what happened? What changed life in L.A.? He didn't just get a co-star. He got someone who is rivaling him for MVP, who belongs, I feel sorry for Anthony Davis. He is getting overlooked. He is having an MVP style of a season.
Absolutely.
Because I look at these numbers. He's outscoring LeBron. It's not much, but it's 26.7 to 25.7.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 1 point. How about rebounds? 9.4 to 7.9. He's still above.
Yeah.
How about blocks? 2.4 to 0.5. Obviously, he blocks a bunch of shots. In fact, He just might be the defensive player of the year. Am I right?
But Skip,
wait a second, I haven't finished. He's out shooting LeBron from the floor, which is hard to do. It's 51% to 50%, and AD takes more distance shots than LeBron does. And yes, LeBron is leading the league in assists at age 35. Way to go, LeBron. God bless. But the other guy is leading your team in free throw percentage. He's making 85% of his free throws, and he is a high volume, get to the line free throw shooter. I got to tell you, I'm looking at an MVP season, and he's your partner. So don't tell me it's not a lot easier this year in the West than it was last year in the West.
No, Skip, here's the thing about Anthony Davis. AD is playing phenomenal. And this is why he wanted to get out of New Orleans. He wanted to go play with someone else that was phenomenal. But the reason why you're mentioning AD as MVP is why? He's winning. AD put up bigger numbers in New Orleans, but he wasn't winning anything. Now you come win, and now people look at you as an MVP candidate because you with us.
Does any star in the league, in the West or the East, have a better co-star than LeBron James? No. It's not even close. Nobody does. So, way to go, LeBron. Big bounce back. Maybe he should be the comeback player of the year.
Does anybody in the league have a bigger star than the Lakers? Oh, no. He's the biggest star. He shines the brightest.
Well, why aren't we talking about LeBron as comeback player? All you need to do is look at the video I just showed, the blooper reel.
How you come back from 25, 8, and 8?
Well,
there's only been a handful of those seasons.
You can come back from 28 and 27 in a blooper reel.
25,
you want to see it again? No, I don't want to see it.
You know that? I mean, Jordan only had one of those.
It's not
Jordan
fair.
only had one of those.
Yeah.
And we did that at 34. Jordan did his at like 26, 27. We doing stuff at 35 that's never been heard of.
Jordan was first team all defense and led the league in scoring at age 34, his final year in Chicago.
We got more first. Skip, we're about to have more first team all NBA than Jordan played in the league. Should take that out.
Yeah, but you played 34 years.
And we about to have 32 first team all NBA.
Download the all-new Fox Sports app now.